the Evergreen Media Network Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. We're so glad you guys could be here today. We're on Facebook Live. It's Tuesday. It's about 4:45, and we're also playing Sunday at 4:30. So we're hoping that you're with us at least today. If not, you could be with us on Sunday. This is the Lori Davis Show. I am Lori Davis, your realtor for life. Dale Sorensen Real Estate is the one that makes it all possible. We've been doing this since 1978. Great company, great people to work with. Was talking with our guests here today. They had a relationship and have done some deals with Dale Sorensen Real Estate. Actually found out that he has a real estate license. So here we're going to find out lots of fun things about our guest today. Real estate still busy in the real estate market. This last week, there were 63 closings for property in the last 7 days. And Cindy and I always mention, there's only 5 days of work.
Right.
It's a Monday to Friday thing.
Yeah.
So that's still pretty good for the summertime. And that was $28 million, $28.7 million in real estate. So that wasn't just us. That was all countywide. But for Dale Sorensen Real Estate, year to date, we have sold $488 million in real estate. We're at 19.1% of the market share. That's 640 transactions. Yeah.
That's crazy.
The neat part about that is the next closest broker was $367 million for 14.4% market share and 377 transactions. We have that much more. We always have 100 million more in sales than our next closest competitor.
Just 100 million more.
Just that's all.
Just a tad. 100 million.
That's it. And that's
right,
the slice of that $2.5 billion. Year to date,
That's crazy.
$2.5 billion. We only have 167,000 people in the whole county. It's like everybody turned over their house or something.
I know.
It's amazing.
A couple of times.
I know, right? It would have to be.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
Anyway.
So, well, Cindy, you're not selling your house, are you?
No.
No?
I have people ask me every day. I probably should not even say this, but I'm going to.
Uh-oh.
So I've lived in my house for a really long time.
Okay, yeah.
Very long time, right? You know me.
Yep.
I got a postcard the other day, and my daughter and I laugh about this. Maybe it's our God alias, if you will.
Yes.
For two people that live at my house. Now, I've had a lot of people living at my house through the years.
Oh.
But it's the guy. It's like Karen and June J. Wozniak or whatever, and I'm like, what?
How many years have you been there? You can say how many years.
30. I'm so serious.
They need to update their address book a little bit, don't you
You
think?
know what? I was going to call that realtor. I might still do it and say, lady, I've been living here for like ever. I mean, it's not all the aliases my brothers have had. I don't want to say that, but, yeah.
No, and generally you'd be using the tax record to put that postcard
That's what I was
together.
thinking.
And you're definitely on the tax roll. I can tell you that. You've been paying your taxes. They're not letting you get by for 30 years without paying anything.
So then I'm thinking, did somebody move into my house? Because you hear all this stuff on the TV channels,
Yes.
watch out, buyer beware.
They
Somebody can move in.
Airbnb'd you when you were out of town. They're renting your place, and you're not there.
I better go over to what's his name and ask him if I'm legit.
I know, that is
Isn't
too
that
funny.
crazy?
Was
Yeah.
it? But you have to. Okay, you don't have to tell us who the realtor was, but is
I
it
don't
someone
remember.
that? Okay, long in the tooth, doesn't really know. Come on, I mean, I do at least look through the list before I send out random
Yeah,
postcards.
but I thought that
so.
was hysterical.
That is great. That's your great real estate story. Note to self, realtors: don't just look at the list. Just look and see. Look at the updated tax roll.
And
That's
it's like
crazy.
a really
I don't even know where they got the names. I don't know where they would find them. I don't know. She pulled that one out of a Rolodex that she had, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to use that for my next alias. Or you know what? Maybe it'll be some of my passwords.
Yeah, okay. That'll be fun. I can't wait for that one. Yeah. That's going to be great. All right. Well, listen, we do have more of a stable market versus last year. We're right about the same as far as inventory. There's actually over 1,500 properties on the market. That's residential only. That's condos, homes, townhomes, that kind of a thing. But the change is only down about 3.5%, which is minimal. I think it was like 67 properties from one to the next. So everything is just kind of calm out there, but it is slow. If you have your property listed, understand that there's not a lot of showings going on right now. People are traveling. I'm getting ready to travel. Cindy's getting ready to travel. I don't know if our guest's getting ready to travel. what he does, he just got back to work because what he does has to do with Indian River County and people being in school, kids being in school. So he's on the job, and we're cutting out. we're leaving town. We're out of here. You know,
he's here so we can leave.
That's exactly right. Now we know everybody's in good hands.
Right.
So that's all good. That's all good. Thank you, Chef Scott Baricchio at Citrus Grill House. They always bring us a beverage for the day. This today, because it's hot and it's August, I was like, let's do a sangria. And it is so delicious. They muddle the fruit. There's apples and oranges and all sorts of things in there, making a bit of a citrus fruit juice. And then they add, this is a red wine. You can also have a white wine sangria if you don't like red wine. But it is absolutely delicious and so cool and refreshing.
And you can mix up the fruit, too.
What's that?
You can mix up the fruit,
too. Oh, yeah. Whatever you've got. I mean, make your own. Absolutely. No, it's very, very good. Now, Citrus Grill House is located at 1050 Easter Lily Lane, right there next to Humiston Park, right there on the ocean. Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous spot. Go for lunch or dinner. They're open Monday to Sunday. Nope, Saturday. I do this.
Scott's
See,
calling.
we talked about it. Scott's going to call.
He's calling.
They're not open on Sunday. That's all you need to know. But they do lunch and dinner, and it's fabulous. If the food isn't fresh, if what they don't have, they won't serve it. So if it's not on the menu, it's because he couldn't get the freshest one of what he's got. Now, they are doing right now Tuesday through Thursday. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They do a pre-fee menu, okay? It's from 5 to 6 p.m., orders must be in by 6 o'clock. It's $28 for a 2-course meal. You get an appetizer and an entree. And I had them send me the menu. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but they have a watermelon salad. Now, I don't like savory and sweet. I'm not a sweet person. But they take the watermelon, they kind of put it in some citrus, red onion, tomato, cucumber, whipped feta, and honey in a lime vinaigrette. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's so delicious. I was like, I didn't want to like it, and I loved it. And there's a little, Cindy, I think on that watermelon, like a little tangine, you know, that little spice. It's kind of a Mexican little hot spice thing. Oh, my God.
People think it's nuts when you do that, like watermelon salad.
I know.
It's incredible.
So good. So
incredible.
good.
It is.
And then the entrees, there's a pasta, a chicken, a salmon, and a meatloaf. So you pick an appetizer, pick an entree. Absolutely fabulous. Thank you, Chef Scott. We appreciate all you do. What's going on around town? Well, it's August, and it's time to get back to school for most kids in Indian River County. Our guest began his law enforcement career at the Vero Beach Police Department, where he served as a patrol officer and field training officer. After 3 years with that agency, he left to join the Indian River County Sheriff's Office, where he served for over 20 years. He's a captain. He now serves as head of the School Safety Division of the Sheriff's Department. Welcome, Milo Thornton. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lori. Thanks for having me.
I am so glad that you're here today. School has begun, and school safety, obviously, super important. Tell us, how did the start of the beginning of this year go? Because Indian River County's open, right?
It is. This is our first full week. We actually opened last week with the first 2 days on a Thursday or Friday. Those days are typically designed just to get the kids settled, find out where their classes are, et cetera, et cetera. And then we roll into this week with a full week of testing.
They're testing this week?
They're testing.
I had no idea.
They're testing and just trying to find out where our kids are, what happened over the summer.
That's a smart thing to do. Yeah, that's good. Now, tell us, the school safety, tell us about Indian River County, all the schools. You were telling me high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, special schools. What do we got?
So the Sheriff's Office, the Sheriff's Office, we oversee 19 district schools.
Okay.
That includes 2 high schools. We have 4 middle schools and 13 elementary schools. We have 5 specialty schools, the virtual school, Treasure Coast Technical College, we have the early learning, et cetera, et cetera. But we also oversee St. Edward's, Imagine, and the Charter High School and the Charter Elementary School. So we are busy. We're extremely busy.
Yeah.
Our kids' safety is our number one priority.
I'm sure it is. Now, you were saying on some campuses, most campuses, there's an officer on there. Are they a deputized sheriff?
We have a deputy on every one of those campuses.
Okay.
In the cases of our high school, we have 2.
Okay.
I like to say
smart.
Well, I like to say 3 because I put the offices there of our supervisors.
Okay.
So the supervisors that work directly day-to-day operations with the school resource deputies, their offices are strategically placed on our high schools.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart. And now, what is an average day like for? And they all report to you that you kind of sort of keep them all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what is an average day like for one of these officers there on campus?
Their days are busy.
Yeah.
You know, from everything down to making sure that the cameras and fencing are all operational, to doors are being locked, et cetera, to drills. You know, we're required by the Department of Education, Safe Schools, to do so many drills a month. And there's a variety of different drills that they're doing, you know, not to mention the guests. You know, these schools have a lot of vendors that are coming back and forward. So, you know, safety is on our guys' mind every day as they walk about their schools, making sure that the staff, students, you know, we're talking 16,000 plus students.
That's what I was wondering. How many students do we have in the county?
16,500, I believe the number is this year.
And that's Indian River County schools.
That's just Indian River County schools.
And then we have the other 4 schools.
No, not including our. No, we don't have deputies in our Head Starts. Or sorry, I apologize. In our those daycares.
Okay.
But we also provide a service to them. It's very important that we go by those locations to make sure that those students are safe.
Sure.
You know, and you know, make sure that we take care of those guys as well. Yeah,
and so when you would now school started, all right, we're into our first week. It's Tuesday, so we've only been a couple days. What type of advice would you give? I know people are listening and watching on Facebook. They'll be listening on Sunday on the radio. Obviously, different grades would get different advice, like elementary school parents and kids. What's the advice for that age group? What would you recommend from a safety standpoint that they look out for and continue to do properly?
Well, when we start talking about elementary students, obviously they need help. They can't just leave.
Right.
And it's important to make sure that their contact information is updated.
Okay.
You know, I know the kids were in school last year, but things change over the summer. You know, and folks move in, they move out, you know, et cetera. So just making sure that contact information is updated.
Yep.
In the event, you know, a kid gets on the wrong bus.
Oh, gosh.
You know,
Yep.
we've had that happen already.
I'm sure.
And we're able
already?
to already.
Oh yeah.
You know, we expect it because there's
Sure.
a lot of moving parts. But just to make sure that we can reach out to those family members and say, hey, we have your kid.
Yeah.
They're here.
Yeah.
So when we start talking about our high school students,
Yes.
those students are more susceptible to getting themselves into some mischief.
Yeah.
So I would tell the parents just to make sure they have that courageous conversation with their students to understand that, you know, this is zero tolerance.
Yeah.
You know, you can't make threats. You know, you can't play pranks. And these pranks have a threatening nature. You know, whether it's your friend or a teacher. You know, we're here to learn.
Yeah.
We're here to learn.
Yeah.
So, you know, have that conversation with your students. You know, and make sure they understand that all threats will be taken serious until proven otherwise.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
Yeah. This is not the place for joking
Right.
around with that
Right.
kind of stuff. I know, too, I had a senior. Our son has graduated. I think he was class of 2016, Vero Beach High School. And I think a lot of kids got in trouble because there were things in their cars. They forgot they had these things in their cars. And people are walking the parking lot, and they look in your car, and there's something in there that's not supposed to be on campus.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, I think like a lot of times people think that these parking lots are just a parking lot. No, it's the property of the school district of Indian River County.
Yes.
And there's policies that are specific about the school's property. You can't have ammunition, firearms, you know, tobacco, alcohol. It's not allowed on our properties.
Right.
And we're strictly enforcing that. You know, one of the other things I wanted to mention is the school district, Dr. Moore and his cabinet, with support from the school board, have put special emphasis on the cell phones this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's that
and
about?
the usage
Tell
of
us.
cell phones. Well, students are recording fights, you know, and publishing these fights on social media accounts, which does a number of things to the participants.
Yeah.
When you start talking about a kid who's attacked
Yes.
from behind or unprovoked, and they're publishing these things, you talk about the mental damage that it does to the student, where it's
Sure.
being shared on different social media
Absolutely.
sites. So the school district has put a real robust and tough approach and policies in place to try to curb that, and I applaud them for doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you're here to learn. We're not here to, you know, become Instagram and Facebook famous by publishing, you know, some kid being attacked,
Yes.
you know, et cetera. So I applaud them for that, and we're going to look at other areas to make sure we improve our safety as well.
Absolutely. And does that fall kind of in a bullying category? Because I was on Indian River County School District's website, and there was a little button that said bullying, right? I mean, they're like, this is a zero tolerance for that kind of a thing.
Bullying is a zero tolerance. Threats are zero tolerance.
Yeah.
We've made it very easy for folks to report. We have the Fortify FL app that you can remain anonymous and let us know about things that are occurring.
Great.
We have intercepted so many things off of that app, and I encourage parents to download it.
Awesome.
I encourage faculty and staff and other students to download this app so they can report things to us anonymously so that we can make sure that they're safe.
And in real time.
In real time.
I mean, somebody might have, and I want to say somebody's got something in their backpack. Could be dangerous. You know what I mean? I'm not going to
We've had that happen.
Yeah. And right now.
Yes, my team they're alerted ASAP.
I love that.
And we respond ASAP.
I have goosebumps right now, literally. That's just so scary.
I can tell you, our district, our county are light years above a lot of other counties.
Really?
Stoneman Douglas, after that, horrible incident that happened, a lot of the leaders in our community took action right away.
Yeah.
We're not going to wait for the state to push out a mandate. Mm-hmm. We're going to be first.
Yeah.
We're going to be first to put these things in place to make sure that that these folks, our kids, are kept safe.
Yeah.
And it's not just the kids. We're talking about teachers.
Absolutely.
If the teachers don't feel safe, they can't teach.
And there's staff there too.
Right.
There's public, the people. There are people there that are working there. They're not a teacher and they're not a student.
Well, you have the janitorial staff.
Yes.
You have our kitchen staff, the grounds. If they don't feel safe, they can't do their jobs.
No.
So our job, and not to mention Vero Beach Police Department, we have a really good partnership with Vero Beach Police Department and the Sebastian Police Department. Yes. When it comes down to those campuses, we support those guys as well. They have campuses within their jurisdiction. So, we train together, we go over the same policies, procedures, and, make it that when kids are moving about our district, we know what's going on.
That's great. That's great. Well, listen, the way we pay for this thing is with a couple of commercials. So we're going to take a break. It seems a good time. We're going to do a couple commercials. We'll come right back with Milo Thornton. We'll see you in a little bit.
Is owning a home your goal? With the rising cost of rent, you could be saving a lot of money by owning your own home. At Caliber Home Loans, we can help make home ownership a reality. Meet with us for a free consultation and get on the right path to buy the home of your dreams. For Caliber, home loans is all we do. We use local appraisers and offer a variety of loan options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today, 844-GO-CALIBER, license number CHL15622, CaliberHomeLoans, TreasureCoast.com.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal, Four Seasons, and Capri. We also have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington with styles designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. We're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns, including all in-stock Lloyd Flanders 25% off. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day. Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture.
If you operate a small business, you need services like payroll, tax compliance, HR tools, and other resources. You need Complete Employee Solutions. Vero Beach has a team of professionals, including Anthony Sammons, Matt McCain, and Jennifer Comer, who saw the need for competent payroll, HR, and employee leasing services. Call Complete Employee Solutions at 772-978-7277 or visit their website at CompleteEmployeeSolutions.com.
Indian River State.
Let's talk about them.
Okay. We are back here with Milo Thornton. He's a captain with the Sheriff's Department of Indian River County, and he takes care of our school safety. But he doesn't just do that. As if that wasn't enough. 16,500 kids. He just said, they're all my kids, and they are. And I know you take it very seriously, very personally, to make sure that everyone is safe. and then how many staff you got on top of that, and teachers, you got a lot in your basket. I think it's amazing what you're doing. But on top of that, he went to Indian River State College. That's where he went to school. And now he sits on the College Foundation as a board member. Tell us about that, Indian River State College.
So I'm no longer on the foundation board. I was removed from the foundation board and placed on the District Board of Trustees by Governor DeSantis.
Congratulations. That's amazing. That's great.
It is an absolute honor to be a part on that board with such brilliant folks, and I'm learning from them every day.
Yeah. There you go. Good for you. Now, what do you do in that capacity? What does that mean?
So in that capacity, we review policies, we review contracts, everything that would benefit our students.
Okay.
We do not get into the day-to-day operation. We have a brilliant president down at that college, Dr. Timothy Moore.
Yeah.
He's lightning in a bottle. So he takes care of the day-to-day operations, but we support him in whatever initiative. We just opened up our School of Nursing. We doubled the size of our School of Nursing.
I heard that.
Yeah, and I want to do a shameless plug. Our Promise program. If you're listening,
yes.
If you're listening, parents, we have a Promise program at Indian River State College. We don't call it free college. It's a tuition. It's a tuition-based. Well, your kids can go to school without their first 2 years of tuition are on us.
Right.
Or they're on us. But
that's the promise.
It's the promise that your first 2 years of college will be taken care of by us. It is absolutely something that I think all of our parents should look into for our graduating seniors.
I agree, because they have an opportunity, because people are like, well, we don't have the money. My parents don't have the money. It's hard. In Indian River County, I mean, if you're in a service industry, I mean, if you're a teacher, and your dad works for an electric company, he's an electrician, that's just not a lot of money. And to sending kids to college is very difficult.
But, and we have, both academic and the trades.
Yes.
So it's open. We cover all aspects. I tell you, you send your kids off to these major universities, and they come back $100,000, $200,000 in debt.
Yes.
You don't have to do that here.
No, you don't.
You don't have to do that here. Some of these kids need another year. They're not ready to go yet.
Agreed.
And they get to these big universities and they don't make it because there's just anxiety and they stress out.
Yes.
So the home cooked meal goes a long way.
Yes.
For another year or two.
It does.
But,
it does.
we not only with those responsibilities for Indian River State College, I also take the same responsibilities I have for our school district to our 5 campuses.
Yes.
I have 24,000 plus students.
Wow.
And and I'm extremely worried about those adults and students as well.
Yeah.
So safety on our college campus is another thing that's on our top of our priority list.
It is too. Oh my gosh. So you're just taking care of everybody everywhere. I can't even. How do you do that? I can't
a lot
take
of
care
coffee.
I know, right?
A lot of coffee.
I know. Well, you had said when we were off camera that your day starts first thing in the morning with the first bell, and it doesn't end.
We start for our days are bell to bell.
Right.
My team's out there before our students arrive.
Yep.
And we don't leave until our last student is gone.
Okay. Does it look like some people live on these campuses? Does somebody live on an elementary school like there? Looks like a portable out there for somebody.
Now some of those schools have those portables out there where a deputy or police officer is allowed to live on there.
Okay.
But we don't have that here.
We don't? Okay.
No.
I thought I saw some, I'm driving all around. That's what I do. Half of my job is driving in my car. Okay. Let's remind them, because we talked about the app, the Fortify Florida app. Tell us how to do it, where to go to get it, and get it on their phones for this school year.
You just go to your smartphone, go to your app store. You'll see a Fortify FL. Download the app. It's extremely easy.
Mm-hmm.
You can Google it, and it'll give you the instructions on what to do there as well.
Okay.
It's fortifyfl.com.
That's perfect.
It's easy to do.
And parents need to do it too, right?
I encourage
Kids
all
and
the parents. I encourage the parents to do it. In the event you're having a discussion with your student and they say something that makes you go suspicious, make you a little suspicious about the conversation, you can report that and remain anonymous. It's important.
I like that.
What I don't want is people to have regrets because they've heard it and they could have prevented a tragedy.
I know.
Had they just simply opened the app and send it to us for us to look into.
Milo, thank you so much for being on the show. We could talk and talk forever. I really do appreciate your time. I know you're taking great care of everybody here in Indian River County. Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you again very soon. Have a wonderful day. Everybody be good, be safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. See you next week.